Live in the sales challenge, and today we're going to talk about your impeccable offer. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to be here today. I'm also happy to be back home again. It's much easier. I have my tripod here, and before I was just putting it on my laptop and it was actually quite annoying, but here we are. Today we're going live for 10 minutes and we're going to have a look at your impeccable offer, because we spoke about mindset, we spoke about your ideal client, and today we're going to talk about your offer. And obviously your offer has to be something that your ideal clients need. So if you've spoken to your ideal clients yesterday, you know what they need. So hi, if you're here, say hello. If you are actually talking to them, ask them also what they need in their offer. In your offer. So for instance, if you are helping people, if you want people to eat your chocolates, then you can say, actually I'm thinking about maybe shipping or maybe creating, I'm not sure if you are making the chocolates yourself, a new kind of chocolate, because it's going to be my birthday and I want to create a special treat. And then actually you can ask your clients what they desire. So for instance, I've just watched The Office a little bit more and there I watched Michael Scott saying something about this situation. I think they call this situation bittersweet, and then he wonders what is the point in bittersweet chocolate. What's the point? Yes. And or maybe it's caramel, or maybe it's raisins. I would definitely not vote for raisins if it was my chocolate shop that I would frequently visit. But you can, I see this happen so often, that people are creating something that they like to do, right? So for instance, and I think this is different with artists. I think actually artists should do that and create a demand actually, and say, with a great story, why they want to do this and why, what's the purpose of their work. But I think in all other different kinds of businesses, I think you should really listen to what your clients need, or predict what your clients need. So maybe not ask them exactly, like for instance, which kind of taste do you want, or exactly which ingredient, or maybe you ask them what kind of experience do you want when you are actually when you are tasting my chocolate. And then people say, I always like to really treat myself and I want it to be comforting, and that's the reason why I buy your chocolate. So then maybe caramel could be very nice because that's very comforting. So there's all these different things that you can think about, the different techniques. And for instance, for me, for my personal business, it's very difficult to kind of, it's not very difficult, but I'm always kind of looking at what my clients desire. So for instance, I was at an event last week, and I was talking to some people and I was thinking, are they my ideal clients? Yes or no? That's the first question I asked them. I asked myself, do I want to work for these people? And then actually maybe create an offer specifically for them. And I don't really believe in hourly rates and create a really special made offer. But for instance, this is also how I created my 3-week intensive. So when I was doing the private coaching, 3-month private coaching, I asked for a certain price. And then actually I created a 3-week intensive because people told me that they couldn't pay that amount of money. I don't really remember, sorry, what it was, but that's how I created the 3-week intensive. And that is right now something that people really frequently take from me, because they kind of want to see how it goes. And I think 95% of those people have repurchased something else, so it could be something that maybe it's not something that you desire in the first place as a business owner per se. But for instance, I have those little candles of Deep Teak. I can actually, it's right here. So for instance here, I didn't pay for it, by the way, but actually, so this is a tester. And then there is, you have a little bit smaller size. Oh, it really smells very good. And then this is the big one. I'm using all these glasses, for other purposes afterwards. So there's one more size in between. And this one I got for free because she told me, you actually should test it before you're putting it in your house. And I think this is going to be someone I'm going to buy. So they have all these different sizes, and it could be actually the same in your offer, right? You could actually kind of make it very small. So for instance, I was looking for a new business coach and for myself, and I think I started looking for this person in July because that's when my other coaching stops. And now in November, I've decided to step into one of my new coaches or in my new, the program that they offer. And the reason why was because she offered many different mini programs, and those are small programs. I think, they ranged from 30 euros till 300 or 200 euros, a little bit, amounts of money for me that I want to spend on to find out if somebody is the right coach for me. And actually, parallel to that, I also really believe in that you should have different kinds of programs and different kinds of level that people step into. And so, for instance, I bought a big program of her now. So don't be afraid to, also offer and have the level that you offer of actually having a big promise and also a big outcome, because that's also one of the reasons why I decided to create mini programs for myself as well, because I know the people that are buying that, they might be able to get more. And I want you to also think about this, create your impeccable offer. Think about what your clients desire. So your ideal clients, you've just spoken to them yesterday, and ask them what kind of feeling they want, what kind of outcome they want, and then create something that they desire most. And that is really going to help them. So don't really focus too much on, for instance, when you're going up to a DJ and you're saying, I want this song, but instead ask, what kind of mood do you want? So that's a little bit the trick that I want to give you today. And also think about, also experiment with pricing. Be a little bit gentle to yourself as well. Maybe start with a lower price first, and then, build up quite quickly to a bigger price. You could do anything, and I just want to really to play around with this, to experiment with this, to have fun with this, and to see what works. For instance, I'm while I'm talking, I'm thinking about something. For instance, I tried to experiment last autumn. I tried to experiment with one-day Voxers. So Voxer is a walkie-talkie app, and actually that doesn't work. Just one day, it's too short. But then for Black Friday, some people purchased the Black Friday offer, which was a really special deal back then. It was a 1 week intensive and one call, or they could just have they could buy them separately, but one person did a 1 week first a call, then a 1 week intensive, then another call, and that actually worked perfect. And so I also offered it during Big Business, Big Life. So kind of play around with it, see what people desire, and then work from there. Also, one of the things, for instance, that I heard, in one of my kickoff calls, because my mastermind is starting very soon, one of my clients who stepped in and, we talked about her goals. Everybody does, kind of have a goal session on, what they want to have reached in 3 months' time. And then she asked me, she said, yeah, but what happens after the mastermind? Is there still an option to step in again? And I told her about, one of my clients, Pauline, who has stepped in different rounds right now and also purchased the full year. And so it is possible. But I am actually, because of that question, I am creating something new, which I think will benefit, my past clients or my graduates or however you want to call it. But more on that later. I'm not going to spill anything about that. So, and also, for instance, an event, I think, for me, I'm going to organize an event very soon. first want to finish up this launch, and then I'm going to think about it more freely. But, kind of, have fun with this and try to think of ways that you can do to offer. And I know it can be quite difficult, if you're a product-based business or if you are a freelancer, but actually try to be creative and try to think of what you want. For instance, when I was an interim manager, I wish I knew all these things and I thought of all those things, because I could have done so much more for my clients back then. And I just didn't do it because I wasn't, tapping into that creativity, and I didn't think it was for me. So today's challenge is, to really, talk again to your clients, talk with them, ask them what they want, not so much exactly what they want, but what kind of feeling they want, what kind of transformation they want, what kind of outcome they want, and then start playing around. And, for instance, I have my big whiteboard here and I would just write everything down, but maybe you could just write it down on a big piece of paper and write down what you can create, and play around with this, play with the prices, see what works, see what doesn't. And a very important one, and I'm seeing this all the time, sell before you create. So don't create anything before you've sold it. So one of the things that I am doing right now is that I'm having my mastermind group. It's always a 3-month program, and there's always extra questions coming up, right? So, and then I want to serve, I want to help them. So one of the things that I've done in the second round was that I've created different mini programs based on their questions. And now I'm selling those mini programs in my shop. So it's really about that. How can you serve your clients and also serve them before you've actually created it. And it's a little bit, you have to kind of practice with this, but just try it, see what happens. For instance, one of my clients, she has sold a course and then actually she had to create it. So that's what I wanted to say, wanted to inspire you with. So talk to your ideal clients, ask them what kind of transformation they want, start creating everything that you can think of, think that you also really like to do. For instance, I really like to organize an event. Write that down on a big piece of paper and then start selling before you are actually really going to make it. So that's it for today, your offer, and I hope to see you again tomorrow at 9:30. Bye bye.